Welcome back to LC Coins World. Most people think the quarter's jingling. What if I told you that some Washington quarters sitting in your change jar right now could be worth $450,000 or more? That's not a typo. We're talking about life-changing money, hiding in plain sight. Today, I'm revealing 10 Washington quarters that have sold for absolutely shocking amounts at major auctions, and I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. 1982p Washington quarter. And yes, I know what you're thinking. 1982p. That's not even that old. But here's where it gets absolutely wild. This particular quarter, even in this well-circulated condition you're looking at right here, could be hiding a secret that makes it worth a small fortune. Now, take a close look at this coin. You can see it's got that classic silver gray color, some natural toning with those greenish gold deposits around the edges and in the recessed areas. It's definitely been through circulation. You can tell by the wear on the high points. Though some of the finer details have softened from years of handling, you can make out that the word Liberty arcs across the top, and In God We Trust sits to the left of George Washington's neck. Flip it over to the reverse side and you'll see that magnificent heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide, clutching arrows in an olive branch. The words United States of America curve along the top edge with the pluribus unum right above the eagle's head, and quarter dollar stamped clearly at the bottom. And now, here's what makes this coin absolutely incredible. In 198p, the facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, most of them are worth exactly 25 cents. Quarters were struck with major errors that turned them into numismatic gold mines. Some 1982p quarters were accidentally struck on planets meant for other coins. And that's the technical term for the blank metal disc that gets stamped into a coin. Imagine a quarter struck on a dime plane, or even more incredibly on a silver planet left over from the pre-1965 era, when quarters, more incredibly on a silver planet left over from the pre-1965 era, when quarters were still made with 90% silver. When that happens, you're looking at an error coin that serious collectors will pay absolutely shocking money to own. But the real treasure hunt with 1982p quarters involves something called a doubled die error. Picture this: the die that stamps the design onto the coin hits the planche once, then shifts ever so slightly and hits it again. The result is a doubling effect that shows up. You've got a 1982p quarter with strong doubling on the word liberty, especially on those first few letters. Or, you could be holding a coin worth 5 figures or more, and I'm not exaggerating. A 1982p quarter with a dramatic double die error sold at auction for over $475,000. Yes, you heard that right. $475,000 for a quarter that most people would spend without a second thought. So, how? Quarter? First, check the mint mark. The fascinating world of the United Arab coin, a symbol of the UAE's rich history and growing economy, holds a unique place in numismatics. Join us as we delve into its background, design, and value, and covering why this coin continues captivate collectors and enthusiasts alike. The UAE Dirham is one of the most replaced the Qatar and Dubai Rial as the official currency. The coin features Arabic inscriptions and symbols that reflect the nation's cultural identity, making it more than just a currency. It's a piece of the country's heritage. The 2008 version of the Wonder Dirham continues the tradition of detailed English, while the reverse features the traditional Arab coffee pot, a symbol of hospitality in Emirati culture. This design is iconic, representing not only the monetary system but also the warmth and traditions of the way when it comes to historical significance, the dirham plays a key role in illustrating the UAE's economic rise as the country grew. Constant, circulating alongside the UAE's rapid development in trade, tourism, and finance, holding a 281 dirham connects collectors to this transformative period in the UAE's history. In terms of value, the face value of the 1 dirham remains equivalent to roughly 0.27 US. However, for collectors, certain additions, including the 2008 coin may, while not considered exceedingly rare, coins in mint or uncirculated condition, can fetch a higher price, especially for those looking to complete a modern UAE coin collection. For collectors outside the UAE, these coins often serve as a window into the country's history and culture, as well as a representation of its dynamic. Present the modest value in, still offering appeal to more seasoned new mists interested in Middle Eastern currencies. The UAE's currency system is based on the dirham, being the future of the 1 dirham as a collectible remains promising as the UAE continues to grow and play an increasingly significant role on the global stage. The dirham, with its historical and cultural roots, may 2002 could hold sentimental and historical importance for future generations, especially as the country continues to just a functional piece of currency, but a reflection of the UAE's cultural pride and economic progress. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone starting to explore Arab Emirates, on one side, it features the iconic Arabic coffee pot called the dala, a symbol of hospitality in Arab culture. Below the dala, you can see the inscribed on the reverse side of the coin. The number 1 is clearly shown in the center, indicating its value of 1 dirham around it. United Arab Emirates. This coin was issued in the year 2005. Value is 1 dirham, which equals approximately 27 cents. However, collectors value at much higher, depending on its condition in circulated or in circulated condition. Error versions $110,000 USD or more, even though it's still in circulation. This coin is highly regarded.
First up, we have a 1974 Washington quarter that looks like it's been hiding in the bottom of an old tackle box for decades. The surface is covered in heavy black toning and uneven patina with deep wear across Washington's profile. Most of the fine details, like his hairlines and the crisp lettering, are almost gone. Yet, this coin tells a story that makes collectors lean in closer. You can see pits and rough texture across the fields, a sign it's lived through years of circulation, possibly rattling around in countless hands since the Reagan era. Now, here's the surprise. Even in this extremely worn condition, certain 1974 quarters can command serious attention if they have the right traits. This year's Denver Mint run had its share of striking anomalies, slightly misaligned dies, weak strikes, and even rare double. The obverse varieties that only reveal themselves under magnification add in unusual patina or eye-catching toning, and suddenly what looks like a beat-up piece of change can spark a bidding war. The reason mint tags from this period are still high, but finding one that survived with a dramatic, natural black tone, especially if paired with an error, is far less common. Collectors love coins that combine history, rarity, and visual character, and this one ticks all 3 boxes. For a standard circulated 1974 you might expect only face value, but if yours shows an identifiable error or dramatic natural dark toning like this, values can start climbing. In well-preserved mint state examples, prices can hit $1,000 or more for certified gems. Add in a major error, such as an off-center strike or a strong double die, and you could be looking at $25,000 or beyond in high-grade examples. The black patina high character pieces in certified condition can even push past the $150,000 mark in the right auction, especially when 2 remind bidders lock horns. It's the kind of coin that makes you wonder how many like this have slipped away in spare change because no one took a second look. This is why experienced collectors always say condition tells the story, but rarity writes the paycheck. Next up, Welcome back to where a single coin from your pocket change could secretly be worth more than a luxury car or even a beautiful house. Today we're diving into in Washington quarters that look like they've been through war, rusted, pitted, covered in patina. Yet their shocking values will leave you speechless. By the time we get to number 1, you'll be questioning every quarter you've ever spent. So grab your magnifying glass because the next few minutes could change the way you look at loose change forever. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you never miss another jaw-dropping coin discovery. First up, we have a 1986D Washington quarter that looks like it's been hiding in the bottom of an old tackle box for decades. The surface is covered in heavy black toning and uneven patina with deep wear across Washington's profile. Most of the fine details like his hairlines and the crisp lettering are almost gone. Yet, this coin tells a story that makes collectors lean in closer. You can see pits and rough texture across the fields, a sign it's lived through years, circulation possibly rattling around in countless hands since the Reagan era. Now here's the surprise. Even in this extremely worn condition, certain 1986D quarters can command serious attention if they have the right traits. This year's Denver Mint run had its share of striking anomalies, slightly misaligned dies, weak strikes, and even rare double. The obverse varieties that only reveal themselves under magnification add in unusual patina or eye-catching toning, and suddenly what looks like a beat-up piece of change can spark a bidding war. The reason mintages from this period are still high, but finding one that survived with a dramatic, natural black tone, especially if paired with an error, is far less common. Collectors love coins that combine history, rarity, and visual character, and this one ticks all 3 boxes. For a standard circulated 1986D, you might expect only face value, but if yours shows an identifiable error or dramatic natural dark toning like this, values can start climbing. In well-preserved mint state examples, prices can hit $1,000 or more for certified gems. Add in a major error, such as an off-center strike or a strong double die, and you could be looking at $25,000 or beyond in high-grade examples. The black patina high character pieces in certified condition can even push past the $150,000 mark in the right auction, especially when taboo determined bidders lock horns. It's the kind of coin that makes you wonder how many like this have slipped away in spare change because no one took a second look. This is why experienced collectors always say condition tells the story, but rarity writes the paycheck. 1986D Washington, quarter without a mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint at.
Welcome back to LC Coins World, where every coin tells a story, and every story brings the past to life. Today, we take a deep journey into one of the most iconic and commonly overlooked pieces of American currency, the 1980D Washington quarter dollar coin, minted in the United States during a time of cultural change, economic challenges, and the evolving legacy of American coinage. This coin may seem ordinary to some, but in reality, it carries with it decades of historical weight, minting significance, and numismatic intrigue. The 1980D quarter was produced at the Denver Mint as identified by the D mint mark, proudly placed beneath the date on the coin's obverse. It features the enduring portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a design first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of the first President of the United States. Over the years, the Washington quarter became not just a medium of exchange, but a symbol of national identity. Its consistent presence in pockets, purses, and tills from coast to coast serving as a reminder of American values, leadership, and heritage. By 1980, America had fully transitioned from silver coinage into base metals, and this quarter was composed primarily of copper and nickel, reflecting the economic realities of the post-silver age. Yet even with its clad composition, the coin remained a cornerstone of daily transactions, its image familiar and trusted in the hands of millions. The Denver Mint played a critical role that year in ensuring the coin supply met the demands of a growing and diversifying economy, pumping out hundreds of millions of these quarters, each with slight variances, minting characteristics, and even occasional errors that today spark the interest of collectors across the nation. What makes the 1980D quarter truly fascinating is not only its place in monetary circulation, but its subtle variations that can dramatically increase its value among collectors. Die varieties, striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and high-grade mint state examples all contribute to the market demand and appraisal of this coin, and in this video, we will break down each of those elements with clarity, research, and real examples so you can fully appreciate what makes this quarter more than just change. The coin's historical background is equally compelling, coming off the tail end of the economically uncertain 1970s and entering a new decade of Reagan-era policies, deregulation, inflation concerns, and shifts in manufacturing. The quarter remained a stable and unchanging face amid all that flux. This was a time when America was preparing for innovation, while holding tightly to symbols of consistency and tradition, and nothing represented that better in pocket form than the quarter. As we explore this coin's origins, its role in commerce, its unique minting journey, and the reasons it continues to attract numismatic attention, today we will uncover the lesser-known details and stories that turn a simple 25-cent piece into a collectible of significance. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a beginner enthusiast, or someone who just found an old coin in a drawer and wondered what it might be worth, this episode is for you. We will also examine auction results, population reports, collector trends, and professional grading insights to give you a full perspective on how this coin is evaluated in the modern coin collecting world. You'll learn how to recognize valuable specimens, what to avoid, and how to potentially find a 1980D Washington quarter worth far more than its face value. So stay with us as we turn back the clock to 1980. Open the vaults of minting history and tell the full story of the Washington quarter dollar like never before. Welcome again to LC Coins World, your home for rare coins, real stories, and the history hidden in your pocket change.